Alright. Good afternoon, good evening. I'm Quina, and I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, a game that's supposed to be easy, but if you try to play it fast, it becomes really hard and frustrating. So, there's a lot of activity that I'm basically going to be like actively playing for most of the run, so it might be harder to talk about it. But just to start, give you a few basics. This is the first Final Fantasy game and one of the first RPGs, or at least turn-based RPGs, that didn't have random encounters. The encounters are actually on the field. However, it's one of the few RPG speedruns where you actually have to fight normal encounters in order to progress, because they block your path, and they only go away when you defeat them. They don't go away when you run away. And several of these encounters can just outright destroy you. But fortunately, this game does allow you to retry any fight, including bosses. So, I won't need to make safety saves like I would in most RPG speedruns, at least from the 90s. And also, there's one particular dungeon where things get extremely random. You can just lose a lot of time, and it's completely out of your control. And I will talk about that when I get closer to it. Just get Megasin on call to commentate. I don't think he wants to be around this game. But anyways, I'll just get started, and you can hit the timer in 3, 2, 1, go! So, we have here is the very first fight in the game. It's kind of like a test to see if you can play this, and it really is kind of a test, because you can just, you can wipe to this fight multiple times, and it's all because the enemy always attacks before you, and the enemy can crit. And there's not really much you can do about it. So, we'll just kind of have to fight it, and if we lose, we retry. Also, there is actually a lot of text mashing in battle, because you can mash through this text with any multiple buttons on the controller. Yes, this run does use the partner glitch. Basically, you want to have a pre-made save from the end of the game, where your partner has multiple status and elemental resistances. And then, by loading that save and then doing a soft reset, not a power-off reset, when you start the game, all your partners will have those resistances. And now we're gonna get our first partner, Kaylee. Kaylee's not so strong now, but she'll be pretty strong later in the game. Before we leave this town, I'm gonna get the cure spell. So, your partners will have assigned spells to them, but in order for the main character to learn magic, you have to get them from chests. And there will be some magic spells that I'll be getting throughout the game, even if they're a little out of the way, because it's just too slow to progress without them. But then there are some that are just too out of the way. So when party members are set to auto, they will follow, like, certain, like, AI guidelines based on, like, certain conditions, like, your main character's health and what enemies you're fighting. Alright. So, like, when your main character is at less than half their HP, they will always heal them, as long as they have a healing ability. 1 HP. And, I think I got a miss. Alright. Now, this first boss, is actually pretty easy. Basically, there are several, enemies in this version of the game that can be defeated just by casting life. It's actually a bug exclusive to the, US version, where, like, several enemies were given the zombie type, I believe. And that actually makes this version of the game the fastest to speedrun. So, Kaylee left us, but she did give us her axe. And now we're gonna get the worst partner in the game. Everyone meet Tristan. Now we're about to go to our first major dungeon, where we're going to fight first of 4 Crystal Guardians. Basically, the objective of this game is to obtain the 4 crystal coins, which will unlock 4 doors in the focus tower, and then that allows you to defeat the main enemy of the game. But there's not really much of a story. But this game wasn't really made with a story in mind. I'm gonna run from that fight. Certain encounters are you're just better off running from. And Tristan mixed, but fortunately for this fight it didn't matter because it was only a single worm and they are weak to axes. There are 4 types of weapons that the main character can equip in this game. Swords, bombs, axes, and claws. And so far, Tristan has been terrible with accuracy. Your partners, they have different weapons. Tristan has these shurikens. There's a character later in the game that has a flail, and then there's one later we get with a bow and arrow. Well, this run's already going great. Or just standard for Mystic Quest. Already had to run from 3 encounters, and not when I want to run from them, so I'm actually going to be doing a glitch here where I'm going to use, after I get some seeds, I'm going to use them and run away, and that's actually going to duplicate the seeds. So you want to get the bad formations later in the dungeon, not earlier. Even though the actual encounters in this game, or where you get them, is not random, the formations you can get are randomly selected from, like, 1 to 3 formations. There are some that I think will always give you the same formation, but most of them, like, select from, like, 2 or 3 possible enemy formations. And sometimes it's just better to run away until you get the right one. Even though this is a Super Nintendo RPG, surprisingly, there's not really been much RNG manipulation found, like there has been for the other SNES Final Fantasy games. There are some glitches that can be used to get items when you're not supposed to, and also skip a certain part of the game. Okay, I'm gonna do the seed here. Also, this game also has, like, action-adventure elements where you can use your weapons outside of battle, like, blow up doors. Ooh, oh. Or, like, hit switches. Well, I've already got all my seeds that I need for the run. Don't need to dupe anymore. You do 4 seeds minimum. Alright, now for the first boss. Oh, I'm gonna use a seed on the main character here. And then we're gonna have the main character cast Cure, because this is a skeleton, which means they're undead. And then we're just gonna have Tristram auto most of the fight, unless I need to heal Tristram. A neat thing about auto in this game is that if your party member gets KO'd before they take their turn, or before the main character, or not the main character, and before both the main character and the party character take their turn, the party character will revive them if they have life, and the main character will still take their turn that you gave them. Okay, I try not to mash on the shoulder buttons. Okay, that might have been a bad move. See if this kills. And we're dead. And a miss. I'm just gonna play it safe. Probably a good decision. I can go for it. Tristram will actually not heal himself on auto. He'll only cast life on, well, according to the game's manual, the main character's name is Benjamin. But you can name the main character whatever you like. Please don't use the earthquake. Ugh. I'm gonna just try to kill Oh, not enough damage. But here's a... Well, actually, it won't happen there because, Tristan already took his turn. But if Tristan had not taken his turn, he would have revived, RRLAT. And, RRLAT would have still casted Cure. Okay, it's gonna happen here now. So I still got that Cure off. Because, Flamerous Rex went before both Tristan and the protagonist. And I'm almost out of cures. I'm gonna have to use a bomb now. If you run out of cures before the boss goes into its last phase, that means you've had a pretty bad fight. It means Tristan has not been hitting his shurikens. Either because he's had to keep reviving you, or because he keeps missing. And like that! He missed again! Okay, he went first. Alright. Keep his kills. Oh, and of course it didn't, because, the boss is faster. First few deaths were kind of my fault, but that last one, it was just bad luck. Might as well rename this Miss It Quest. Oh, actually, that's probably a bad move. Self. Too low. Really, really miss-a-thon. I like that. Missed! Alright, Tristan's at pretty high, and he missed again! And he crit. Finally! Well, fortunately, Tristan's now gonna leave our party. Which is good, because he's useless. He really proved it in that boss fight. Can't forget to actually grab the coin. bringing the crystal and getting the coin are two different things. I actually have to walk all the way out of here. Eventually I'll get a spell that will let me get out of dungeons immediately. But I can't get that spell until after I've gotten the second coin. On my way out, I'm going to grab a shield. And I'm also going to grab 3 cure potions, which are very important for a glitch that I'm going to be doing soon. In this game, you don't actually manually equip your characters. You pick up, like, equipment items, and they just... The stat buffs and elemental and status resistances are applied automatically. And you just, you build it up with all the equipment you obtain in the game. You get the resistances for all of them. You don't lose one for another. He did hard carry those revives. Maybe we wouldn't have needed them as much if he had actually hit the target more. Okay, So we're gonna ask Kaylee to rejoin us, because Tristram sucks. But Kaylee's too sick, so instead she's just gonna give us an item. And tell us to go to Aquaria. I'm very sorry, Arin Lore, but we're not going to be hearing that music today. Because, spoiler alert, we're actually going to skip the entire fire section. Now we're gonna get our next party member, Phoebe. He's the best party member in the game. She's a mage. He starts with a claw, but she's gonna give us her claw and use a bow and arrow, which is much better. Also, certain weapons have limited uses. The party members will always have the amount that you need, at least for the speedrun, which is good because you can't actually stack them. But for the bombs that the main character gets, you have to build them up as you progress through the game. You have to like open certain chests to get them. There are actually 2 types of chests in this game. There are like chests that contain like normal items that refill, and then there are like actual treasure chests that don't refill, but they contain like magic and equipment items and key items. This run does use 1 battlefield to get a spell. Can't auto Phoebe when there are different types of monsters in play. And there are certain battles where you can't auto your partner at all. Yeah, that's it. Exit. And, Thunder. I don't need to dupe, any more seeds. Because the first dungeon went so poorly, I already duped every seed I need. Provided I don't waste any. So now we get Phoebe's Claw, which will allow me to climb walls. And Phoebe now equips a bow and arrow. There are 3 types of magic spells in this game. There's white magic, there's black magic, and then there's wizard magic, which are like really strong spells, but you don't get a lot of usages. Oh, and this game, just like Final Fantasy 1, has spell charges instead of MP. You use seeds to restore spell charges. And it just restores all of them. Actually gonna... Ooh, strike first. That's very good. Because these manticores are mean. After battles, you get like a brief fraction of a second where you can like switch your character between your party member between manual and auto and switch your main character's weapon, because you can't actually move again until the enemy sprite disappears. Oh, they're not manticores, they're called centaurs. Manticore is a different enemy. Centaur. Now we have the squid. We're going to start with Bomb and Thunder, and then I'm going to use Bomb and Arrow attacks on the squid. Also, this is the first boss that actually has, like, enemies that accompany it at the start. If RRLAT dies, I'm not going to revive him. I'm just going to keep attacking with BB. Missed! And that was a crit. And she's blind. So, does she heal? Oh, what you just saw was a side effect of the party member glitch. Basically, the boss tried to use a sap ability, but Phoebe had resistance to it. So instead, it healed Phoebe and damaged the boss. Now, I have to make sure I get this very important item chest. And then I have to use all of the cure potions in my inventory, because I'm about to perform the first shop glitch of the run. Basically, we want that inventory space to be completely open. You'll notice that the first slot and the third slot of the inventory are filled, but the second slot is not. So what I'm going to do when I get back to the town is I'm going to buy 0 cure potions. Yes, you can buy 0 of an item, and then it will appear in your inventory as 0 cure potions. And the game doesn't like it when you use 0 of anything. So by using 0 cure potions, you can actually, like, overflow your item inventory. And it allows you to get certain key items that you're not supposed to get until later in the game. And you can use those key items to sequence break. Because as you saw me do when I was in the focus tower, you need those coins in order to open the doors, but the game only checks if you have the coin, not if you've completed the story part required to obtain the coin normally. So if I can obtain a coin without defeating the boss that guards it, I can skip that boss and its entire section completely. You may have just noticed that I just got a bunch of items I'm not supposed to have. I've got a little puzzle here. I move these platforms so I can jump across them. It's actually a little sequence break you can do. The game actually intends you to move the platforms in a different way than what I'm gonna do. Alright, fire will kill 2 of them. It's only if I get 3 that I need to use a bomb. Nice miss. One pixel too early. One tile too early. Several pixels too early. I'm gonna grab this chest here, which gives my main character the heal spell, because I might need it. And that was actually... I probably should have healed. Normally, you don't have to do that. this boss. But I can also heal with Phoebe mid-fight. Ugh. We weren't low enough for a heal, apparently. Now she's at less than half. Crit! And a miss. Gotta be close. I think this is the last sprite. Nope, that's the last sprite. So, as you defeat enemies in this game, their enemy sprite changes. It shows them, like, weakening, which is a pretty cool thing about this game. Crit. He's dead. In this next dungeon, I have to hit switches with a sword, and I also can't see the enemies. There's actually a key item you can get that makes the enemies in this dungeon visible, but since we know exactly where the enemies are, it's the same every time we play the game, we just memorize where the encounters are in the speedrun, since we always follow the same path. Forward and under. Also, isn't the music in this game absolutely awesome? There's a weird audio-video issue? I can't auto here because RLAT is at less than half max HP. Nice miss, Phoebe. Let's try this. I don't know if this will be enough. Nope. Okay. Hopefully one more fire will do it. I don't have the backup memorized for a Phoebe miss. Okay, I actually have to, heal Phoebe, because in this game, blind doesn't just affect physical attacks. It affects, a character's ability to defend against attacks, so if a character is blinded and you use defend, they will not defend the other party member, even though you told them to. And it also affects white magic spells that can miss. So, a white magic spell that can miss is more likely to miss if the character using it has blind. I can't. Auto. Actually, I might have been... I think, RLAT was just over the threshold. But we're gonna go through this room, and then we're gonna actually fall down into this little secret area where I'll pick up a piece of armor, hit a switch to get out, and then I'm gonna pick up a few more items that are gonna allow me to do another shop glitch. Oh, on you. Normally I have another... I'm almost out of fires. I gotta run. Thinking of maybe using a couple of fires there, but I didn't even have more than one. Because I used one thunder where I wasn't supposed to. Alright, defend. One thing you're probably noticing as I go through the game is that my party member is always much higher level than me. The party member is always here at fixed levels, but the main character has to gain experience to level up. So, for most of the game, it's actually the party member carrying me through. Because the party members are scaled at a level that the game expects you to be at, even if you're not at that level. Hence why my party member is always faster than me. I didn't quite go under. But anyways, I just grabbed a new sword. You actually get weapon upgrades as you progress through the game. And these weapons not only give you, like, stronger, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I'll have to come up with something. I only have one thunder left, and I can't use my last seed. Need it. Or actually, I can just dupe another in the last encounter. As I'm on manual. Right, well, actually, I have another. I do have another seed. I didn't realize I had one. Perfect. As long as I have one seed leaving the dungeon, we're fine. Isn't that good? I accidentally selected defend, and I think it might have actually been a good thing. Alright, I have one seed, and I have to make sure I use all of these cure potions. Or, I'll soft lock the run. Because it'll mess up, one of my inventory glitches. Not soft lock the run. Technically, I could progress normally, but that would be slow, and I have not learned, the fire section. Alright. Drum and fire. Wow, what an asshole! I was almost convinced that that she would actually use fire on auto, but I guess not. She just uses a random spell. But this time I actually wanted to heal. Well, the boss just healed itself. Did you see that? It went into its melted sprite, then healed and went back into its like semi-melted sprite, and now it's melted again. I gotta revive because bosses gained too much HP, and now Phoebe's dead. And now I'm dead. 3 absorbs in a row. I think it was 3 in a row. Boss just won't stop healing itself. Three times in a row! Alright. RRLAT actually went first. Or, not first, but before the boss. Fortunately, after each time you free a crystal, your main character gets fully healed. It's nice because I'm actually gonna do one of those battlefields now to get the exit spell, so that I won't have to keep walking out of dungeons by foot. This will be the last time you see me do that. Did I forget to get the coin? No, I think it's just hidden in my inventory somewhere. I'll see after I. Pretty sure I grabbed it. But it might not appear until after I pick up the items. I did get it, yeah. Because of how the inventory glitch works, like, sometimes you'll have an item, and even though it won't appear in your inventory, it's kind of, like, deep hidden in there. I didn't forget something, did I? Nope, oh, there they are. That's why I couldn't see it, because it's so far below. Like, it's so far down that you don't actually see it until you actually select item. And as you may have noticed, when I opened my inventory, I also have the fire coin, which I'm not supposed to have at this point in the game. So I have to fight 10 of these squids to get the exit spell. But what I was talking about before is that the reason I have to pick up certain items is to basically fix the inventory. Because otherwise, certain items that are supposed to be there won't be there. Because I did the, shock glitch. I'm actually getting really lucky. It's possible to get an encounter with, a squid and a sphinx. And I can't fight that, I have to run if I get it. Although, you're also very likely to get ambushes. I spoke too soon. Yeah, I just got the Sphinx. And I got it again! I should not have opened my big mouth. Alright, only one more. Alright, we're done. So now I'm actually gonna pick up this item called the Venus Tier. It's not actually required for the speedrun. In fact, I think the fastest route doesn't get it. But if you dupe your inventory a certain way, you can get the key that unlocks this chest. And it lets you get the Venus Shield. Where did I get Venus Tier from? Oh, probably Dragon Quest VIII. So now I have the exit spell now, so I can just cast exit. But I gotta be very careful not to exit out of a dungeon. I don't know why it didn't read my down input there. But if you exit out of a dungeon, you not only have to go through the entire dungeon again, but all of the enemies that you defeated respawn. I may have done that in a relay race earlier this year. Press the wrong button to close the text. You actually have to press a button to clear text for certain rooms. Alright. I equipped the sword there because the sword upgrade I picked up in the Ice Pyramid actually gives my main character a boost in agility. So it makes it more likely for the main character to get their turn before the enemies. Use the axe to chop some trees. And then equip the sword for these encounters. I actually have to go through here twice. What I want to do is exit a mummy and then manually attack the Spectre. Oh, Tristan's back. Hopefully he doesn't miss as much this time. Oh, this is not good. I'm just gonna run. Alright, I got a different encounter this time. This one's actually a little safer because I can have Tristan defend the main character who has to cast Exit on the mummies. Because Tristan can't do crap to them. That's why I should have defended. And I don't want to take a triple mummy encounter. The game is making me pay for my mistake. Alright. This is the easiest encounter you can get. Because you can actually destroy it in one turn. Good news, this is the last time you'll have to see Tristan fight. Oh, I forgot to, my last seat. That menu. I actually needed to buy 32 potions there after, duping my seeds. In order to, fix the inventory so that I have a certain crest that will allow me to warp back to Aquaria. These, like, little teleporter pods, you need crests in order to, use them. The game, forces you to get one shortly after Phoebe joins. And then I think there's one other that you have to get. Although we don't have to get it because we dupe our inventory. that it just appears there. But basically what I did in Fireburg was, I bought 0 seeds, used it, so now I have 99 seeds and other key items I shouldn't have. And then I, bought 32 cure potions to fix my inventory, that I would have, more items that I need to progress, because I did skip all of the fire section. And I'm also going to skip a lot of backtracking later by doing inventory duping. And I just got a claw upgrade, which has 2 special effects. First of all, it boosts my magic damage whenever I have it equipped. And second, when you physically attack it, it has a chance of petrifying and instantly killing an enemy if they are vulnerable to petrify. I'm going to be doing a lot of switching between claw and sword whenever I use magic. Claw when I want a boost in magic damage. Sword when I know I can get enough damage without the claw and want to try and go first, or if I'm using a spell that just doesn't need the claw because it's instant death, like Exit. Yes, Exit can actually be used as a spell in battle in this game, and it can be used to instantly eject an enemy from battle, although if you destroy an enemy with Exit, you do not get experience for that enemy. So, we don't want to use it too much, because we don't want our hero to be too underleveled. Also, don't mind me. This is completely intentional. I am going to be going out this exit and then re-entering to create a warp point for when I cast Exit after getting the arrow spell. What floor? Probably... My guess is probably floor 2. Because I know what this game likes to do to me. But this run already sucks, so, I'd rather get floor 2 on a crappy run than a good run. I could have actually cured... I could have cured with Benjamin there. Although I did save some magic. So we got Kaylee back, and we got the arrow spell for both characters. So going through here, again, is going to be much easier than the first time, because I actually have a good party member, and I have a good spell for my main character. See how much easier these fights are with arrow? It doesn't even matter now if I get the triple mummies. Also, you just saw, like, one of those crests. Some crests, if you get them, can actually be used to warp back here. I think it might allow you to get, like, some secret items. But I don't remember if it actually serves much purpose other than warping you back here. Because even in a casual play, I don't believe there's any reason to come back here after this. Unless there's items you missed. And I believe this is actually the longest dungeon in the... well... I think maybe if you get floor 2, Bird. Azuzu's tower might be longer, but otherwise, this one's pretty long. Nice miss. But like I mentioned before, white magic spells when used against enemies can miss. Exit can miss, and life can miss. And they are more likely to miss if the caster is blind. I can actually leave Haley on auto for these fights when there are branches, because she will always axe them in the branches, since they are branches. Oh. One tile, I think too far to the left. In any case, I was a tile off. Okay, for this fight, I'm actually going to, try to petrify that slime. And I'm gonna have Kaylee physically attack worms, because they're weak to axes. And I didn't get the petrify. So, I guess I'll just attack again. I think at second attack just does enough. Oh, and I got the petrify that time. Oh, he's out. Oh, gonna do something different. Gonna come out one by one. Eat one of them. Now I'm gonna use a seed. Both characters. So many triple worm encounters. I think these can either be 3 worms or 2 worms and a slime. I call the gray enemy slimes because they look like metal slimes. Except these don't have ridiculous defense. And unfortunately, they don't run away. Fortunate for this game, that is. I don't think they're vulnerable to petrify, so I'm just gonna... come out. They do die to an axe attack, but these frogs are terrible. They can petrify. If I walk without rhythm, I want to track the worm. Totally. Oh. Yeah. This is the one with the faces that you have to open to progress, and you open them with a sword. Remember which room? Alright, hopefully I take out these frogs. This is actually... these frogs are one of the reasons why, some people want to get the Venus Shield. Because I believe they can paralyze, and the Venus Shield gives you protection from paralysis, which is also something the boss here does. Okay, these enemies are called oozes. Just axing through these mushrooms. You would think a sword would be able to cut them also, but nope, you need an axe. Nice. This you want to daily attack and bomb. Oh, you may notice that some attacks do 1 damage. It's because, some of the attacks in this game are actually bugged. Like, I think those 1 damage attacks were supposed to do a certain status effect, but the status effect is bugged. At least in this version. And so when an enemy tries to use that attack, it only does 1 damage. That's something we actually hope for a certain boss that comes at the very end of the run. You want that boss to use the bugged 1 damage attack. Oh, I got the good agility roll because of the sword. For once, the sword was actually useful. Even with the sword, it's random whether, still pretty hard for the main character to outspeed enemies until, like, the very end of the run. When the main character gets to a really high level. Alright, now for the next boss. Ghidra. I'm gonna start with a double arrow here because, for some reason, it causes Ghidra to use the move that would normally paralyze the main character, but since the main character is immune, it won't do that. Fortunately, I got bad luck with the skeletons here. Fortunately, the Venus Shield does not make main character immune to Petrify. Oh, well, that sucks. Good thing I picked up that heal spell. I actually survived. By the way, life in this game can also be used to heal a character that's not dead. But it will only be used under auto when by a party member if your main character is dead. To use that, for a party member to use it as a healing move, they must use it manually, and I made a bad input there. Gonna take it slower this time. Oh, perfect! Alright, well, the boss is weak. RRLAT just barely survived. Okay. So now I'm gonna go get a meteor spell. Press the wrong button. Oh, what am I doing? Don't mind me. Okay. The reason why I'm making so many, bad movement mistakes is because I'm actually, giving you all a prediction. And I guess I just didn't have enough time, during that brief period where my hands were off the floor. Or, not off the floor, off the controller. But the prediction is about a floor. Only she needs to be seen. Actually, she didn't even need to. So I have the meteor spell now. It allows me to take out all the encounters here pretty easily. Remember to take her off auto. Anyways, there's a prediction now in chat. Not about this dungeon, but about the next one. So basically, the next crystal is guarded by Pazuzu. And the boss can appear on one of 5 floors in the dungeon. Or it won't appear on floor 3, because that's the floor I'm going to talk to the boss on. And it will always teleport to a different floor. But after that, the floor it teleports to is random. And there is no way to manipulate it. Well, unless you use a certain ROM hack that makes it appear on the best floor. But anyways, the best outcome is for... no, that's the worst outcome. The best outcome is floor 6. The worst outcome is floor 2. Basically, the gimmick of the dungeon is that you're supposed to hit switches with the axe to trap the bird. And if the bird goes to floor 6, I can just hit the switch to trap it on that floor, since that's the top floor. The floor under the bird will lock, and it won't be able to go anywhere. But if it's not on floor 6, I'll have to go further in the dungeon and hit more switches. But here's Dullahan. And he's an asshole, because he can use Doom Dance, which just instantly kills a character. It has a chance of missing, but if Dullahan uses Doom Dance on Phoebe, not Phoebe, Kaylee, the battle is over. Basically, if Doom Dance happens on your party member, you can't revive them, because we don't get the life spell. As a boss, we'll never have to face Dullahan again. But a unique thing about this game is that most of the bosses, after you defeat them, they become normal party members. So now I gotta use a seed. think I've gotten, like, any axe attacks on. I gotta go for this, I think. Nice crit. Alright. Alright. Should be dead on this turn. Oops. You need to set it to auto. First, we gotta talk to this little girl here. We won't be able to progress without talking to her, even if we defeat the boss. Funny thing about this dungeon is that we already have the coin in our inventory because of the shop glitch. But we can't get access to the ship unless we defeat the boss. Alright, I can try and petrify the eyeball. By the way, those eyeballs reflect magic. So you can only destroy them with physical attacks. But they are weak to bombs and vulnerable to petrify, which you can do to them using the claw. And I got a miss! Because this is Final Fantasy Missed It Quest! So, we just talked to Bazuzu on floor 3. And now it goes to a random floor. Okay. Also, it's very important that by the end of this dungeon, I use all of my heal potions, which I believe I've already done so. Because I've been setting Kaylee to auto, so that she'll use them whenever she gets status effect. These manticores are absolutely awful. I can only destroy them with white magic, which can miss, and they can destroy me very easily. Didn't happen that time because the main character went first. But it might happen later. Whoops. Forgot she was on auto. Alright. I want to be fully healed for this next room, because I got 3 Manticore fights, and they're very dangerous. There's a mod in chat. The first floor that Pazuzu can appear on is the first room where Pazuzu can appear on is 2 rooms after this one. So if the prediction doesn't the room after the one that I'm going to enter, like right now. Also, I really should have healed. It'd be really bad. Oh, shoot. Oh. Not good. And I got a miss. Alright. Hopefully we'll be fine. Don't miss. Thank you. Great. Well, I made it through that encounter. That was a big mistake on my part not healing. But anyways, it's the room after this one. So if the prediction hasn't ended by that point, probably end it there. But I've still got multiple encounters. Hey look, it's Dullahan. And the sprite looks almost exactly the same as the one of the boss we fought. For most of the bosses that become normal enemies, their sprite color changes. Oops. Alright. Alright, before we find out if Pazuzu is on floor 6, I do have to get this one wizard spell gonna get Flare, which we're gonna be using for most of the rest of the run. In this chest right here. You go over to the chest before checking, because we do use Flare on the actual boss, regardless of what floor it appears on. Because right after you defeat the boss, you get sent on an elevator to the top, which would make it very hard to get Flare from that point forward. Very important we get Flare before talking to Pazuzu, regardless what floor it's on. So now these fights are going to become a lot easier. I can pretty much destroy them. I can destroy any 2 monster formation with Flare. If it's a 3 monster formation, I can kill 1 enemy with Kaylee. And then cast Flare. To anyone who predicted floor 6, I'm very sorry. But to be honest, I'm not too upset because this run sucked anyway. You all get more Mystic Quest jams. Oh. I didn't need to cast arrow there. I could have just defended. I do need to cast arrow here. Flare is so strong I don't even need Claw when using it. Okay, it's floor 5. Oh, I actually don't need to cast at this fight. Fortunately, but I should have been keeping count. But anyways, Pazuzu was on floor 5, which is not the worst outcome, but not the best either. Yeah, I did it again. Wasting frames with arrow. Okay, I actually can't use Flare on this fight, because there's an eyeball. Flare, defend. It's a good thing I did it right that time, because they used Petrify. Oh yeah, if any mod wants to pay out that prediction, they can now. The answer was floor 5. It was 5, not 6. Oh. Well... And now I have to walk all the way back to floor 5. Tell you what, if anyone picked floor 5, and you have enough for a character name, let me know, and you can redeem the character name, and then I will refund your points. I think that's the best I could do, unfortunately. Redeeming a character name is like almost 70,000 points. This one doesn't matter. Alright. Time for Jerkbird. So after 5 turns, this bird will use an ability that protects it from magic attacks. If you cast magic after it like flaps its wings 3 times, it will reflect the magic back at you. $8,000. Okay, that wasn't too bad. However, on the turn that it flaps its wings, it reduces its agility to 0. So, basically, we would get a free magic spell in. Although I chose to heal, because it still gets an attack off, even when it flaps its wings. Alright, so... From this point forward, it's gonna go into that magic reflect mode every 3 turns. See, that would have been an AoE attack, but since I defended with Phoebe, not Phoebe, Kaylee just took the damage for both characters. I'm gonna go for it. Alright. So I can actually skip that chest because I already have the Sky Coin in my inventory. It's very important that I don't mess up in the next shop glitch. Basically, I have to buy 0 cure potions and then not use it until after Haley leaves the party. And this is the last, not the last party member, but it's the last party member you meet, but it's not the party member you end the game with. We were supposed to meet this guy in Fireburg, but we skipped that whole part of the game. So we only get Ruben for the ship. Now, I use the 0 cure potions to get the necessary item in my inventory. Normally, I would have to go further into that area to get a crest, but I already have the crest because I duped my inventory. So all I have to do is talk to Kaylee here and get the captain's cap, and then I can board Captain Mac's ship. Which is a place that a lot of people probably got stuck in casually. They probably went all around the ship, not realizing that in order to actually complete the dungeon, you need to climb one of the poles. And that pole is in the very first room. But if you know that you need to climb one of the poles, you can skip most of the dungeon. Hi, Tybolt. I think we can do... This actually... This kind of sucks. I think you want to just life and exit these things. You can't cast life on the chimeras. Better to get the double chimera here, because then you can do double arrow and holy, or white as it's called in this game. Oh, you can Meteor White that? Alright. I got the good encounter. There's a really bad triple enemy encounter with an eyeball that you can get. If I get it, I'm just gonna run away. And there it is. And you have a chance of actually failing to run. But because that eyeball reflects magic, you don't want to fight it. Fortunately, I only got it once. And I believe that's the last time you can get that encounter. Or at least I've never seen it inside the ship. I've never seen it in this encounter. I've never seen that formation here. These ninjas actually have the ability to respawn after being defeated. Gonna pick up this armor here. And, here's Captain Mac. So, we're about to enter the final dungeon. Basically, I just have to step on this warp tile, go to the inn, and we get our party member to finish the game, Phoebe, who now has really strong magic and is level 34. The game actually forces you to stay at the inn in order to progress, so I get all my magic back for free, and my health. And now we're off to Doom Castle. So basically, in Doom Castle, there are 4 bosses that look just like the 4 bosses who guard the crystals. They're basically palette swaps. However, they have new attacks, and they actually have enemies that accompany them at the start of the fight. However, some of them can actually be beaten pretty easily. So this first boss is a palette swap of Flamer's Rex. However, you're not going to see me die a bunch of times like you did like you saw me do to Flamer's Rex, because this boss is vulnerable to life. And I believe that's something exclusive to this version of the game. In the Japanese and European versions, I think it's the opposite. Flamer's Rex is vulnerable to life, but Skullorous Rex is not. And in those versions, a bunch of other enemies are not vulnerable to life. Like those Manticores, I think, aren't vulnerable to life in the Japanese version. the ones that I fought in Blizzard's Tower. So, a flare and life here. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. I've never seen that before. I did not know that Skullurus Rex could use Doom Dance. Or whatever it did. But yeah, if Phoebe dies at any point in this dungeon, you pretty much just have to force a death. And, I mentioned before how ninjas can just appear out of nowhere. Alright, use a seed here. And now we're back in Focus Tower. I'm gonna open the final door. And now we're in the Ice Pyramid part. You can exit the Rex fight? Oh. Maybe I should have tried that. The next boss I can only exit. It would be great if I could cast Life on Stone Golem, because Phoebe would actually be faster. Alright, I got a strike first, which is nice. Gotta be careful not to forget any switches here. For anyone who starts running this game, it's very easy to get lost in this area. Like, it's very easy to forget to hit one of these switches. I know I've definitely made that mistake when I was first learning this. Like, I think there was a time when I killed an enemy right in front of a switch, but actually forgot to hit the switch. Like, that second switch I hit, I think is for a door much later. Oh, that's bad luck. Okay, still was enough damage. I didn't mention this earlier, but, the amount of damage you do with, like, bombs and magic depends on how many enemies are getting targeted. So if, like, targeting 2 enemies will do, more damage than targeting 3. I didn't mention this earlier, but it's actually really nice how you can jump over NPCs in this game. Like, if you tried running other 90s Final Fantasy games, it's very likely you would get trapped behind an NPC. But in this game, you can just jump over them. So first I'm going to use Flare to take out the dogs. And I'm just going to have Phoebe protect the main character for the whole fight. If things go according to plan, it should only take 2 turns to win. But exit can miss, so we'll see about that. Alright. Hey, what's this area? I've never been here before. I can just... For this, I can just flare in white, because I gotta strike first. Here I'm actually gonna cast Meteor because at Ill Feet in the middle is resistant to fire. Yes, in this game, Flare is actually a fire spell, and not a non-elemental spell like in most Final Fantasy games. I think Chrono Trigger might be the only RPG, the only other RPG where Flare is a fire elemental spell. At least out of all the RPGs I've played. Oh. Miscounted. It's not good. If they let me run away. They're not letting me run. I'm just gonna go for it. Not good. Can't get a run. There we go. I just used a seed. So, here and white. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool about this game. The enemy sprites changing as they take damage. This is the boss we would have fought in the lava dome if we had not skipped it. Or a different colored version of it. Well, this is Zoo's floor. And I like to call Zoo the true final boss of the speedrun. Not the final boss of the game, but at least of the speedrun. Because the actual final boss isn't going to be much of a boss. Actually, apparently, you can under damage. You have the sword there. Well, I know why I underdamaged, because I used Flare instead of Meteor. Yeah, used Flare. That's great. Well, we're going overestimate. Yeah. The left head does kind of look a bit derpy. Well, that sucks. I can actually skip this next encounter just by walking right on those stairs. Normally I would cast fire in those Cerberuses so that they wouldn't be able to get an attack off. But when there are two Chimeras here, I can't do that. Or at least I won't be able to kill the encounter in a single round if I do it there. Fire. And now, here's the real final boss of the speedrun, Zoo. Alright, so, Arrow, you, and, Blizzard. The Dullahan. It doesn't do Doom Dance, but this boss actually can also use Doom Dance. Zoo can just instantly kill Phoebe and force me to take a death. I don't know if Phoebe's gonna heal, so I'm gonna defend her. Well, good thing I did defend, because that probably would have targeted Phoebe. But it missed anyway, so... There's the one damaged bugged attack that it can use. Now it's dropping its agility to 0, and it's going to use Wings attack. However, this time, it always goes before my party member. So I can pretty much always cast magic. Really. So I can cue these spells on this turn, not have to worry about them going before the boss. That's the end of the fight? No. It's my kill. Oh. Well. Alright. There we go. Now all that's left is the final boss, Dark King. Dark King has a ridiculous amount of HP. So much that we couldn't realistically beat the boss at our current level. Or not easily. Not without getting a bunch of magic that we skipped. So how are we going to beat it, you ask? Well, there's one last glitch that we can abuse. Basically, if you cast Cure on a boss like Dark King that has so much HP, it actually overflows your HP into negative numbers. And I have to remember to switch my weapon here. And it ends up actually doing damage. We're actually going to restore a little HP for the boss to ensure that we skip its strongest phases. And time will be after the sprite changes following the third Cure spell. Oh, it missed. Time. Well, that was my worst Mystic Quest run ever. But it's still finished. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And thank you really, really Longathon for allowing me to do this run. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of the marathon.
So